Hello, everyone. I'm Frank, and welcome to episode 56 of Learn How to Sudoku, where we take very easy variant Sudoku puzzles and we break them down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Surrounded by Killers by Arc29. And this is actually one of my favorite types of puzzles. I did this a lot during the pandemic. I've done probably over 1,000 killer cage Sudokus. Anyways, let's continue with the rule set. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Normal killer rules apply. Digits in dotted cages sum to the number in the top left corner. So, for example, these two must add up to 17, these two must add up to 4, these three must add up to 7, these three must add up to 22. So as an these two must add up to 11, these three digits must add up to 13. So as an example, we could have something along the lines of 3, 4, and 6 here, right? Because those three digits add up to 13, and they do. So therefore they add up to the number that's in the top left corner of the cage. And those are the rules. So it's just a simple killer cage Sudoku, which is, again, I've done over 1,000 of these, literally. And this should be fairly easy for me. Let me see if I can break it down in detail so that you can actually learn too how to do this. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. So let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay. There's a lot of things that speak out to me. In fact, there's just so many things. So there's a lot of really restrictive cages here. Anytime you have two digits adding up to 3 or two digits adding up to 4, those are restricted to a certain set. So the 3 has to be 1 and 2. The 4 has to be, with two digits, have to be 1 and 3, right? Because those are the only unique digits that add up to 4, is 1 and 3. With that are two cells. And similarly with this 3. And you also have 3-cell cages, which add up to 6 and 7. And those are restricted to also only one set. For the 6s, they are 1, 2, and 3. So these are 1, 2, and 3. And for the 7s, they are 1, 2, and 4. Right? Because those are the only set of 3 unique digits that can ever add up to 7 in a normal Sudoku. Similarly, on the uppermost set, we have 2 cells adding up to 17. Again, that's only one set of cells that can add up to 17 with 2 digits, and that must be 8 and 9. We also have 2 3-cell cages, which add up to 24. And another set 3-cell cage, which adds up to 23. So therefore, we know those have to be that set. So the 24s can have to be 7, 8, and 9. The 23s have to be 6, 8, and 9. Well, that restricts things a lot in where things can be, right? Because we have a 1, 2, 3 triplet here and a 6, 8, 9 triplet in this box. So what are the remaining digits? It has to be 4, 5, and 7. Similarly, we have a 7, 8, 9 triplet and a 1, 2, 4 triplet in this box, which eliminates 1, 2, 4, and 7, 8, 9 from the rest of the box. What does that leave? It leaves 3, 5, and 6 for the remaining cells. Similarly here, right? This has to be 4, 5, and 6 because we have a 1, 2, 3 triplet and a 7, 8, 9 triplet. Let's see. Where should we tackle next? Probably this 22 cage. So 22 cages are mostly restrictive. It's not one set that it can be, but specifically 2 sets. It can be 5, 8, 9 or 6, 7, 9. Either way, it has to have a 9 in it. So, right? Because it's either 5, 8, 9 to add up to 22 with 3 unique digits, or 6, 7, 9, right? They both, 5 and 8 and 6 and 7 both add up to 13, and therefore with 9 add up to 22. So either way, there has to be a 9 in this cage. So this has to be 5 through 9. And there is a 9 here, which eliminates 9 from the rest of the row. This cannot be 9. And where is the 3 in this row? It can't be any of these cells because of what we eliminated. Therefore, it must be here. So this must be 3, which means this can't be 3. We now have a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in the column and in the box. So that eliminates 1 and 2 from the rest of the column or box. Therefore, this can't be 1 or 2. So that must be 3. These can't be 1 or 2. We have a 1 here. Where is the 2 have to be in this box? It has to be one of these two cells because it cannot be any of these because of the 1, 2 pair in the column. Therefore, that eliminates 2 from here. Where is the 1? Where is the 2 in this box, or specifically in the cage? But it also has to be in the box then. It must be here, which means 2 has to be one of these 3. This can't be 5 or 6 because of the 3, 5, 6 pair or triplet in the column. So this has to be 7, 8, or 9. Where is the 4 in row 7? It has to be one of these two cells. So therefore, it eliminates 4 in the same box. So this can't be 4. What else do we have? We have a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in row 4, which eliminates 6, 7, 8, 9 from the rest of the row. So therefore, this can't be 7. This can't be 6. Also, where are the 6 and 7 in row 4 then? If we have a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple, it has to be in that 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. And this can't be 6. Therefore, one of these must be a 6. This can't be 7, so one of these must be a 7. Therefore, this can no longer be 6 here. This can't be 7 here because of the 7 has to be one of those two cells. Therefore, we have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in row 5, which eliminates 8 and 9 from that row. So 8 and 9 cannot be here because of the 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in the row. 8 and 9 cannot be here because of the 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in that row. This can't be 7, 8, or 9 because of the 7, 8, 9 triplet in the column. Therefore, where are the 8 and 9? It has to specifically be in one of these two cells. And since the 8 and 9 can only be in those two cells, they have to be the only things in those cells, right? This can't be 3. We have a 1, 2, 4 triplet in row 6, which eliminates 1, 2, and 4 from the rest of the row. So this can't be 4. That means this has to be 5, 6, or 7, but this can't be 7 because of the 7, 8, 9 triplet in the column. So this has to be 5 or 6. Now we have a 5, 6, 5, 6 pair in row 6, which eliminates 5 and 6 from the rest of the row. So this can't be 5, which makes that a 7. So this can't be 7 here. We also know in row 6 where is the 4. It must be one of those two cells, which means this one of these is the 4, so therefore this can never be a 4. Okay, what else do we tackle then? This can't be a 3, so this must be 1, which makes that a 3. This 1 means this can't be 1, so this is 2, which makes that a 1. This 2 means this can't be 2, therefore where is a 2 in this box? It has to be here. Remaining digits in okay, we have a 6, 8, 9 triplet. We have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in column 2, which eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of the column. Therefore, this can't be 8 or 9, so this is 6, which means this cannot be 6. And the rest of the column has to be 4, 5, and 7, because those are the only digits remaining. Only digits remaining here are 6, 8, and 9, because we already have 1, 2, 3, and 7 there, and a 4, 5 pair, so that can't be 4 or 5. Where should we target next? This cell, this cage, similar to this cage again, has to have a 9, right? Because it's either 5, 8, 9 adding up to 22, or 6, 7, 9 adding up to 22. Either way, it needs a 9. Therefore, the 9 has to be in the column, has to be here, which means this cannot be 9. So this must be 8, which makes this 9. Well, this 8 eliminates one of the possibilities for this cage, which would be the 5, 8, 9 possibility. That leaves only one other possibility, which is 6, 7, and 9. So this is 6, 7, and 9. We now have a 6, 7, 9 triplet in that column, which eliminates 6, 7, and 9 from that column. So this can't be 6, which makes that a 5. This can't be 5 or 6, which makes that a 4. This can't be 4 or 5, so that means that's a 6. So we know 7 has to be one of these 3 cells, so therefore these can't be 7. 7 is one of these 3 cells, therefore this can't be 7. 7 is one of these 2 cells, so it can't be here. Where is the 7 in this middle box? It has to be here. So this is a 7. What are the remaining digits here? They have to be 1, 2, and 3. Oops. So we're going to make it 1, 2, and 3 there. What are the remaining digits in this box? We already have a 1, 2, 4 triplet. We have a 6, 7, 9 triplet, so 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, and 9 are all eliminated. The remaining digits then must be 3, 5, and 8. Well, these can't be 3. Where is a 3 in this box? It has to be here. So this is a 3, and therefore this has to be 5 and 8. So 3 has to be one of the remaining cells here. What are the remaining digits in row 3? It has to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. Well, this can't be 2, can't be 9, so it's 4, 6, 7. It can't be 9 because of the 8, 9 pair here, so, and this can't be 9 then because of the 8, 9 pair in the row. This again is 2, 4, 6, 7, or 9, but we don't, and this can't be 6 because of the 3, 5, 6 triplet here, and this can't be 3 because of the 3, 5, 6 triplet in the column. This can't be 5 because of this 5. This can no longer be 6, 7, 9 because of this 6 here, which leaves only one other possibility, which is 5, 8, 9. So this is 5, 8, and 9. And this can't be 5 again because of this 5. Well, this 5, 8, and 9 triplet eliminates 5 and 9, 8 and 9 from the rest of the row. So this can't be 8. This has to be 7. So these can't be 7. This is 5, 8, and 9. Well, I didn't basically specify this one, but the 8 cage, a 3-cell 8 cage, also only has 2 possibilities. So if you go down from the cages, the most 3-cell cage you can have is 24, followed by 23 and 22. The 24 and 23 only have one set that fulfills that for 3 cells, right? It has to be 7, 8, 9, and 6, 8, 9. Similarly, if you go from the bottom up, you'll see 6 and 7 also only have one set, which is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4 for 6 and 7 respectively. Then if you get to 22 and 8 on in between, right? So you start with 6 and 24 as the outermost. You have 6 and 24 as the outermost. Then you have 7 and 23, which also require one set. Well, you'll notice 8 and 22 are very similar in that sense, because 8 and 22 have 2 sets, which they can be from. 22, again, was 5, 8, 9, or 6, 7, 9. For the 8 cage, which is only 3 cells, you have 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. Well, we already have a 5, 8, 9 triplet in this box, which eliminates 1, 2, 5 from being a possibility in this cage, which leaves us the possibility that this has to be specifically 1, 3, and 4. What are the remaining cells then in this box? It has to be 2, 6, and 7. Because 5, 8, 9 are eliminated by this triplet, and 1, 3, 4 are eliminated by this triplet. Well, we know from this triplet of 3, 5, and 6 in the column that this cannot be 6. Therefore, this is a 2, 7 pair, which makes this a 6. Now we have a 2, 7 pair in column 7, which eliminates 2 and 7 from the rest of the column. So this cannot be 2 or 7, which means this can't be a 2, which means we know this cage has to add up to 13 with a 2 in it, right? Because we know the 2 had to be one of these 3 cells. 2 was eliminated here, so it can only be in the cage now. So because of that, this has to be 2 with some other digits to add up to 13. It's 2 other digits adding up to 13. So it's either 238, 247, or 256. And it can never have a 9. So this cannot be 9. This is, again, it could be 2, 3, 8. But if it's 2, 3, and 8, the problem is 8 can't be here and 3 can't be here because of the 5, 8 pair and the 3. Therefore, both 3 and 8 would have to be, actually, yeah, both 3 and 8 would have to be here if that's the case, and that's not allowed. So this cannot be 2, 3, and 8. So therefore, this can't be 3. Therefore, the 3 remaining is in this 11 cage, and that adds up with 8 to add up to 11. So this is 3 and 8 specifically. Therefore, this could be, again, 247, where this is 47, or 256, where this is a 5. Well, this is an 8, so that eliminates 8 from the rest of the column. So this can't be 8. This is 9. This can't be 8 or 9, so it's 7. This can't be 7 or 9, so this is 8, which forces this to be 9 and forces that to be 8. This can't be 8 or 9, so it has to be 5. This can't be 5 anymore. This can't be 3. And now the rest is probably just Sudoku. Yeah, it's just Sudoku because we've filled pretty much everything else in the cages. The rest of this column have to be 1, 4, 8, and 9. And it cannot have an 8. Therefore, where is the 8 in this column? Actually, this is an 8, so therefore that forces this to be 9, which forces that to be 8. This, again, has to be 1, 4, or 9. And it cannot be 9 here because of the 8, 9 pair in the row. That means we have a 1, 2, 4 triplet in this row, which eliminates 1, 2, and 4 from the rest of the row. This can't be 4, and this has to be 5, 6, or 7 as the remaining cells. Okay, we have a 1, 4, 9 triplet in this box, which eliminates 1, 4, 9 from the rest of the box. So this can no longer be 2, 4, 7 in the cage. Okay, so I lied. This or not, I didn't lie, but I was wrong. This cage still is useful. So it has to be, it cannot have a 4 anymore in it. So the only remaining digits possible now are 2, 5, and 6. So this has to be a 5, and this has to be a 2, 6 pair. Well, this can't be 6 because of that 6, so therefore this is a 2, which makes that a 6. This can't be 2. This has to be 7 as the only remaining digit possible in this box. This can't be 6, this can't be 6, this can't be 7, and this can't be 7. And now it is just Sudoku. Where is the 7 in this box? It can't be any of these cells, so it must be one of these two, which means these can't be 7. One of these two has to be a 7. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 9, which means the rest of the row cannot contain 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this can't be 2, so this is 7, which makes that a 2. This means this can't be 2. We can't have a 4 here or a 7 here because of the 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple and the 7 that's already there. Therefore, this is 5, which makes that a 4, which makes that 7. This 4 means this can't be 4, so this is a 7, which makes that 9, which makes that 4, which makes that 1. This can't be 1 or 4, so this is 9. This can't be 9, so this is 6, which makes that 7. This can't be 5 or 7, so that makes that 6, and the only remaining digit now is 5. Yep, and now we're just doing Sudoku. This can't be 4, so this is a 1. Neither of these can be 1. This can't be 1, so this must be 3. This can't be 1 or 3, so this must be 2, which makes that a 3. Therefore, none of these... Wait, no, that's not 3. This is a 2, which makes that a 1. So this can't be 1. This can't be 1 or 2 because of the 1, 2 pair in the row, so that must make that a 3, which makes this a 2. This can't be 2 anymore because of that 2, so this must be a 4, which makes that a 2. This has to be 5 or 8, but it can't be 8 because of these 8, so therefore it must be 5, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 5, which makes that 6, which makes that 5, which makes that 3, that makes that a 6. This 5 means this has to be 4, which makes that 5. This can't be 6 anymore. Where is the 6 in? This can't be 1. Actually, let's just continue with this. So this can't be 1, so this must be 4. This can't be 1 or 4, so this must be 3. This can't be 3. That's 3 in the corner. We are celebrating because we know we're getting close to the end. This can't be 3 or 4, so this must be 1, which makes that a 2. That 2 means this has to be 1, which makes that 2. Which means this cannot be 1 or 2, so this must be 4, which makes that a 1. This has to be a 1 for the remaining digit, and this must be a 4. We have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in row 8, which eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of the row, so this must be a 4. This has to be an 8 for what the cells that are remaining. This can't be 8, so this is a 9, which makes that 8, which makes that 9. That makes that a 6. This has to be a 9, and therefore this is an 8. And that's how you go about solving. Especially since this is... I can't speak. This is a normal killer cage Sudoku, so it's pretty simple. Even by killer cage standards, it's actually this is actually very simple because it's very restrictive in the way that the killer cages are set up. And that forces a lot of triplets, which have the same 3 digits in them, which allows you to eliminate a lot of possibilities. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.